Well, I said, I guess if I had all the polls and consultants and focus groups and all the television ads in the headquarters and everything that some of these other guys have, I might be as far behind as some of them are. It's been an amazing thing to all of us, but let me tell you why this campaign is taking the direction that it has. And people are coming to us who have never voted for a Republican before, in many cases haven't ever voted before. It's because America realizes that what we have had isn't working. And there's no point in us continuing to leave the status quo, the people who have been in power to remain in power, the people who have had their chance but have not yet fixed America's problems. And I'm convinced the reason a lot of folks are coming together to support me in this campaign is because they want America to take not just a different direction, but a better direction. Simply saying let's have change isn't enough, because change doesn't always mean change for the better. Change can be for the worse. We don't need a change for higher taxes, we need a change for lower taxes. We don't need a change where we have our products dismissed while foreign products flood into this market that don't have the same regulations that ours do. We need not just free trade, we need fair trade, and it needs to start now. We don't need that same Washington system that has never fixed our broken borders. We need somebody who will say, we will secure the borders in 18 months using American labor and American products to do it. We will ask people to go back and start the process legally. We will have a rule of law. It won't be because we don't like people. It's because we love law and we want everyone to live under it. That's the American way, and that's the way. We're people who will no longer just allow people to get elected, promising that they're listening to us about the sanctity of human life and listening to us about the merits of marriage. We want to elect people who will do something about protecting human life. The choices that you're going to make on Tuesday are tough ones in maybe some ways. And I realize some of the candidates, a lot of people in Michigan say we know them better. And maybe that's all the reason that you shouldn't choose them, because you do know them. Today I'm asking you to make a choice, like the choices you have to make every single day. And the fact is, I believe that Michigan wants to make a choice that in this election, you want somebody to be president who understands what struggle really means. No state in this country is undergoing more challenge than Michigan is. I don't have to tell you that. Frankly, you don't have to tell me that. When I come to Michigan and I look into the eyes of grown men and I see that fear of what happens if next week they lose their jobs, it's not enough that many of your friends have lost theirs. You know every week when you show up, this could be the week that you're told that your job is going from Michigan to Mexico, or Michigan to the Middle East, or somewhere. And you know that means it's going to be tough for you to feed your family. There was a time when people in my state left the transitional economy of agriculture and came to Michigan because here there was an abundance of good jobs where people could work hard and could make a decent living and know that they could put food on the table for their kids, and their kids could go live in a decent neighborhood, and go to a decent school, and have a decent future. And today a lot of people don't have that expectation. And it's because choices were made for you, not about you. People made choices that didn't help Michigan, but that hurt Michigan. And there was a time in this country when Michigan was the centerpiece, the heartland of what Franklin Roosevelt called the arsenal democracy, where it wasn't just about building cars, it was about building the capacity to defend this nation. And it had not been for Michigan, we would not have won World War II, because it was out of the manufacturing mindset that was headquartered here that we understood how to build our tanks, our airplanes, our jeeps. And had we not had that capacity, we might not have the freedom that we have here today. This country owes Michigan a lot for its freedom. Michigan helped save America. Now it's time that America helps save Michigan. If we can look around the world and see what we can do to help countries who are struggling, then we need to ask ourselves, do we not understand that Michigan is struggling? Do we not realize that there are families today who are being asked to make a choice in a Tuesday election? But the choices you make every day are choices that you're confronted with that maybe you've never had to be confronted with before. I'm convinced there are a lot of people who run for president who don't really understand what it means to have an uncertainty about a future. I understand something about that. I grew up that way. My father was a firefighter for the city of Hope, Arkansas. That may be a town you've heard of somewhere before. Another obscure unknown governor from Hope, Arkansas ran for president once. Please don't hold it against me. All I would ask of you is, give us one more chance. My dad worked as a firefighter. He had to work a second job, and that job was rebuilding car generators. Back when cars had generators. So he said, didn't know they ever did. You're a very young person. And he had the kind of job that was heavy lifting, meant that he got his hands dirty every single day. And there never was a day in my dad's life at the time he died he ever did anything but hard, heavy lifting work. He never completely got the work of the day off of his hands, no matter how hard he tried, ever. I tell people, and it's true, the only soap we had in my house when I was a little kid was lava soap. Those of you that are the uninitiated, that means that I was in college before I found out it isn't supposed to hurt when you take a shower.
Lava soap is good.
Today some people send their wives to a spa to have an exfoliation. Hey guys, a bar of lava will do the same thing. Just that your wife may not appreciate it quite as much as the general spa. But today, a lot of people in Michigan aren't getting the pick about going to the spa. They're making different kind of choices. They're making choices about when they go to the grocery store. They have to really make choices about which brand they buy, and they have to buy the cheapest one. And when they go to get